Welcome to the Samurai Way podcast, where we explore the timeless tradition of Japan through the eyes of history, mindfulness, and warrior culture. I'm Lori Sagawa, third generation Japanese American and a descendant of the samurai warrior. I'll be your host and guide today. So I'm taking you to Uji, Japan's matcha tea capital, nestled south of Kyoto. This episode isn't just about tea, it's about the meaning of tea to the samurai, to the Japanese, and maybe even to you. I walked the tea fields, I sat in the silence of making tea, and I tasted matcha, where it's been perfected for centuries. For me, matcha latte will have a special meaning in my heart. So let's begin. Hajimemashou. Uji is more than scenic. It's a sacred world of tea. Since the 13th century, this land has grown tea in Japan's finest. The soil, the misty climate, and the passing down of tradition of the craft through generations. It all makes Uji a very special place. In fact, legendary. The samurai class helped shape this culture. During the Muromachi period, 1338 to 1573, tea became not just a drink, but a discipline, a practice of humility and presence. And it's still alive here in Uji today. As I stood in the tea fields, I felt time slow down. The tea bushes grew low, canopies of dark nets covered them for weeks before harvest, and the shading, it increases the chlorophyll, which makes the green tea even greener. A great secret of their matcha. Farmers here harvest by hand with precision and patience. Every leaf counts. In fact, only the first 5 leaves go into Uji tea, and the rest is not considered the finest. So nothing happens to it but compost. The samurai would have appreciated this discipline and the care in every detail and the respect for nature's timing. In this video, you'll see our guide, who was friends with the tea field owner, took us through the harvesting of the tea, where you can see the black nets cover the tea bushes. This increases the chlorophyll, as I mentioned earlier, and they take such care and pride into their tea harvest. It's quite a tradition in the city of Uji, Japan. I always thought that the tea fields in Uji were the beautiful terraced hillside tea fields, but that's not what they are. They're just a very small tea field with low-growing bushes with the nets over it so that it will increase the chlorophyll. And that's what makes Uji tea probably the finest in Japan. It was quite an honor and treat to be there and to watch the pickers harvest the tea leaves. And it gave me a real appreciation for matcha tea. It'll never taste the same to me after seeing the tea fields. We are all surprised to see that it wasn't those beautiful terrace fields where you see when you think of green tea from Japan, that's what most people think of, but that's not what Uji tea is. As I walked down the streets of Uji tea shops, history greeted me at every door. I visited Tsuen Tea, which has served travelers since 1160. Just imagine over 850 years of tea craftsmanship. And the motif in Uji was, of course, dangos, the mochi tea balls, and green was everywhere, all shades of green. So we just enjoyed ourselves, enjoyed the tea, drinking tea, eating the ice cream, and just seeing all the different ways that green tea was utilized in their foods. During one of my many visits to Japan, I was invited to a traditional tea ceremony, chanoyu. Entering the tea room was like another world. Shoes off, voices low, movements deliberate. And the host purifies each utensil very slowly. Each gesture is quiet, intentional, and the samurai practice the ceremony to train the mind. Discipline through grace. I bowed. I received the tea, and I turned the bowl and I drank slowly. I tasted fresh ground matcha seaweed, sweetness, and even umami. It was thick, vivid, and earthy. The tools were just as vital. The cha sen, which is carved from a single piece of bamboo, and the chawan, carefully shaped, fit your hands. And the process was artful. Ritual, even before ceremony. And in that moment, nothing else existed. This was Ichigo Ichie, once in a lifetime encounter. And it was perfect. On our last trip to Japan in May, we participated in making tea at a traditional tea house in Uji. Being senior citizens, kneeling on our knees would have been 30 minutes of pure agony. It would have been difficult, so they gave us a choice of 3 teas to make and demonstrated our specific type of tea. Plus, we sat comfortably at tables. All enjoyed making the tea and especially enjoyed our sweets. And at the end, we purchased the tea ourselves as gifts. And today, Uji blends the old and new. You'll find matcha lattes, matcha ice cream, matcha noodles, candy, and even Kit Kats. Some of them were 500-year-old traditions. Young people are rediscovering matcha as a symbol of mindfulness in a hectic world. Uji Tea Festival, which is the first Sunday in October, celebrates the town's roots to taste and learn about the tea culture. Time in Uji reminded me that the samurai's strength wasn't just the sword. It was in the stillness, and tea is more than flavor. It's about slowing down, noticing beauty, practicing respect, and the tea ceremony taught me that presence is power. If you ever visit Japan, make your way to Uji. It's about 30 minutes by train from Kyoto. Walk the fields, sip the tea, bow to the moment. And if you can't make it yet, well, try making tea at home with intention. Practice quiet and walk the samurai way, wherever you are. Until next time, stay grounded, stay mindful on your samurai way journey. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.